My name's John Nida from Gundagai in southern New South Wales. We are under threat of amalgamation with Cootamundra. Cootamundra is a far bigger town than Gundagai. Gundagai is about 3,500 people. Cootamundra is closer to 10,000 people, which would mean our local representation would be one, possibly two councillors at best, possibly none. Because the council head office would be in Cootamundra, we would lose a lot of our professionals in town. We'd lose our engineers, some engineers, accountants, town planners, etc. And with those people go other professionals. Their partners and spouses would be school teachers, nurses, other accountants, etc. And then we lose their kids out of the school. The flow-on effect of an amalgamation for Gundagai Shire would be devastating to the Gundagai community. The Gundagai community has virtually zero unemployment. We're a very prosperous little town, very successful little town, and our council actually is in budget and we have money in the bank. Cootamundra is broke and is in debt to the tune of millions of dollars. The Gundagai money that is in the bank would go straight into paying off Cootamundra debt, and even if there was a de-amalgamation at some stage, the money would be gone. The hard work and toil of people in Gundagai for close to 100 years would be down the drain. We've had very little support from our local member, who's a member of the National Party. And now that we have another threat in a three-way merger with Harden, our local member has gone to ground again. So we are looking at putting up a strong independent candidate at the next election.
What distinguishes the two communities?
Well, there's no community of interest between Gundagai and Cootamundra. Our community of interest, if we need to do banking or schools or healthcare, anything that requires people in Gundagai to go out of town, we go to Wagga. That's where our community of interest is. Cootamundra is in exactly the opposite direction. We have some very minor sporting contacts with Cootamundra. We have nothing against Cootamundra, but we don't believe that Gundagai would benefit from an amalgamation with Cootamundra. Gundagai is also an iconic Australian town. We're steeped in Australian history. We have the dog on the tucker box. We have the 1852 flood site. We have the original crossing of the Murrumbidgee River when the first settlers were moving to Melbourne. All this stuff is looked after by Gundagai people because it is part of our history, it's in our DNA. If we lose control of our decision making, these national icons will quite possibly just fall into neglect because nobody will be able to see the benefit of it, of maintaining them. The tourism potential from these icons and the history. There's a lot of schools travel through Gundagai to go to Canberra to do their civics curriculum. They stop in Gundagai to focus on the history aspects of the community. All this would be lost with an amalgamation with a far bigger centre.